Live from your trusted local news source, KCRG News starts now.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, January 18th. Again, January goes so slow.
Yes.
I'm KCRG-TV9's Rebekah Vaughan.
I'm meteorologist Camille Dinka.
And we are breaking down today's weather, events around the area, and just things that you can expect to happen. Today is a big day in the weather world.
It is. We here in Eastern Iowa and your First Alert Storm Team have issued today as a first alert day that started this morning. We're going to continue that day through tonight and into even tomorrow morning, because the issues that we're talking about today aren't going to be affecting us tomorrow. It's a completely separate situation tomorrow morning. So first alert day for all of today and into tomorrow, but different situations that we're looking at. All very wide reasons that we've issued a first alert day for today.
Of course. And it's been an active weekend. I know we got snow yesterday. My driveway was covered when I was leaving this morning. So it's been an active weekend. But let's look at what we're kind of looking at for today.
Yeah, let's do that. Satellite and radar. Right now, we're looking at active conditions. Starting to see that cloud cover roll in across the area. If we zoom out really quickly, we do see the system that we're talking about has started to develop. But as it develops, it does look like it keeps on hitting drier air and then kind of diminishing. So the timing of the system, maybe a few scattered showers through early this morning, but really more so by this afternoon, when the system can finally get that moist air into our area and be able to have snow accumulation in the area. But see that system already developing. It's the main system that we're going to talk about for today. It's that first priority today. Looking at our Decorah City Cam, snow from yesterday has still stayed on the ground. This is looking to the northwest, so directly into the system. Not seeing any active snowfall on our Decorah City Cam right now, and we're not seeing anything off on the horizon. Obviously, it's sometimes a little harder to see further off, and this is, you think you can probably see 10 miles of distance on a typical visual, where obviously the system's further than 10 miles away, so not seeing anything, but we have seen that cloud cover starting to increase in the last 30 minutes, really, even since our shows this morning. A lot of more clouds cover. Not too bad in terms of road conditions. As we were here yesterday, we saw partially covered roads, but like we talked about yesterday, the road conditions are only half the story when it comes to what's actually going on. So seasonable conditions means that there isn't a lot of snow on the ground, or what Iowa's DOT considers pretty typical for this time of year, which is winter. We could still see slick spots on roadways. I know my drive-in was pretty slick on the side roads that I have to take in. You had said that at least when you were driving in, which early in the morning for us.
Yeah, up through Marion, you know, you've got to be careful on those roads. They probably look a little bit different now as compared to 2 a.m., but there are still possible slick spots. The other thing with the 511 map, you know, these are the main roadways. So this is your 380, this is 80. These are the interstates, the highways, your main roads that the DOT is really focused on. You know, they're the ones that get out and do those main roads like that. But your city crews are the ones plowing, like First Ave here in Cedar Rapids. Anything through Marion, it's the city crews that are working on that. So that is not shown on this map. You might be able to see it from some of the city cams. That's always a good thing to have in your back pocket, a good resource to have. But there's going to be some slick spots today. It's just whether it's a strip of the road or just one spot, it can still be pretty slippery because it is cold.
It is very cold. Temperatures will not get above freezing today. Not expected to get above freezing anytime on our 9-day forecast. So we will stay below that 32-degree mark for the foreseeable future at this point. So that does allow for that chance for freezing to be occurring. We also are going to get more snow through the day today. So first alert day today. That continues into tomorrow morning. What are we talking about when it comes to why this has been issued? It's that snow shower chance today, blowing snow as winds start to pick up. Winds do lead into the reason that we see dangerous cold temperatures overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll talk about how cold that we really could see those wind chills tomorrow here in a little bit, but let's just break down Pinpoint Futurecast. Probably in the next couple hours, maybe a few lingering snow showers across our northern counties, but really it's more so early this afternoon that we'll start to see those snow showers developing, pushing from the northwest to the southeast. By 3 o'clock, hitting more of our southern and eastern counties. And then that system pushes out. So this is looking like maybe a 3-hour long period of when eastern Iowa could see this system. A few lingering snow showers still through the evening hours, but that's pretty quick. So that means not a lot of in snowfall totals. The snow is also very, very light. Temperatures are so cold today. We're talking that very light, fluffy snow that makes it super easy to just be picked up. As a reminder, we got winds coming in behind this system. So that snow that's going to be on the ground, easily picked up. It's super light, super fluffy.
Sounds like good math for potential whiteout conditions.
Yeah, that is something that we are looking at and keeping an eye on, especially this evening and into your overnight hours. That's that main concern that comes in for driving and heading out on the roads tonight. A few lingering snow showers potentially into this evening and early overnight hours, but as we head into later tonight and tomorrow, dry conditions do push in. This is the latest of the winter weather advisory, still only staying to our northwest counties and northwest zone. I've been keeping an eye on the National Weather Service chats that we have, and just kind of keeping an eye on what they're saying. Potentially could see an expansion of this through the day should the National Weather Service feel that the conditions warrant it.
And now by expansion, you mean time frame, or do you mean more counties involved?
More counties involved.
Okay.
So that would mean moving to the east and moving to the south.
Sure.
Just if they start seeing the system push through and really creating conditions that are going to be hazardous for driving, that's really why this main winter weather advisory has been issued, because that's where we're seeing that first initial snowfall and then those very gusty winds to come in pretty quickly right behind it. So
you really don't want to be caught in a situation like that. It is never fun to be stuck in a snow squall or a whiteout. So just a great things to be aware of today if you are hitting the road when the snow begins, and even then after it ends,
right,
and possibly is being blown around.
Yeah, I mean, one of the crashes that we saw yesterday in Powesheik County, just watched from one of the DOT cameras, and it was pretty instantaneous how quick that went from not great visibility, but then to whiteout conditions, and we just were watching that. So it happens very, very quickly, and that's especially as we watch these wind gusts. Not too bad this afternoon, but really by this evening and tonight, watching those wind gusts hit almost 45 miles per hour in some areas. Again, that light, fluffy snow on the ground, that's easily going to be picked up, blown around. So if you're planning on heading anywhere tonight or overnight tonight, just keeping that in mind that you could hit spots of very low visibility, whiteout conditions. It's a little bit more dangerous, especially at night, because you do lose then that daylight, especially when you're potentially on side roads that don't have street lights on them. That also is pretty bad, but even gusty conditions into tomorrow morning and for your morning commute. Hopefully by then not seeing as big of issues at that blowing snow, because then you start getting ice crystals, and that will help kind of weigh down those snowflakes, so they're not going to be blowing around as much by tomorrow morning. But still, looking at that, windy conditions calm down through the day. Combine windy conditions with temperatures tonight falling below zero. These are your actual temperatures. Oh. These are not your feels like temperatures.
I hate it when we do this part. I hate the comparison.
When we start hitting these negative numbers, I think it's almost always something that I would try to mention as a meteorologist. I'm sure other Mets too also mention it. When you see those negative temperatures on a graphic like this, this is our actual temperatures. Mm-hmm. So it is going to look colder than that when you got very gusty conditions. Let's just look at that. Oh. So we had get above zero for between about probably 1 to say 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock ish.
Yay!
So you get 5 hours in there above zero wind chills. But temperatures will rapidly fall through the afternoon. We're talking going from 22 degrees for a high today to -4 in Cedar Rapids, So you're talking about 28 degrees within a very quick amount of time with gusty conditions. That does then cause those wind chills to fall between -20 and -30 overnight. That will cause frostbite to set in within 30 minutes on any exposed skin. It becomes a very, very big hazard for anybody planning on going out. Even if you're planning on just going from your car to a store, or from the store to your car to your house, it doesn't take a whole lot to just get that kind of very numbing feeling that comes with frostbite. It becomes very, very dangerous very, very quickly. So that's why a cold weather advisory has also been issued by the National Weather Service. A lot going on. So that goes in effect tonight across the viewing area, and then will continue through noon tomorrow. So just keeping that in mind as you're planning on hitting the roads. It's always a really good idea to have that extra blanket in your car should your car break down for any reason. If you just need to, you never know what happens in these kind of conditions. Your car can all of a sudden just battery dies, and then you're stuck. So when you're heading on the roads, grab that winter jacket, even if you're in and out. Again, winter jacket, gloves, hats, mittens, scarves, blankets, always really great.
Anything to cover up. I know my dad always told me in these types of conditions, any nasty weather, never get on the highway with less than half a tank of gas.
Truly, yeah.
If that's feasible. Always have that emergency kit in your car, maybe a couple of snacks if you need it. And it's cold. This is that temperature where you go outside and you feel it instantly. You feel it in your cheeks. I know I feel it in my nose hairs. Like it's instantly cold.
It's just that cold that hits you in your face, and your body just takes a second to almost react to it. Because for me, like my reaction is just to hold my breath, and you're like, nope, I gotta breathe it, and then it just kind of hurts your lungs a little bit too. But again, just absolutely cold temperatures as we head into tomorrow. This is now going to be the second time this year that we've seen these kinds of temperatures. Even if we look maybe into next weekend, another opportunity for it. We'll keep an eye on those temperatures. We've been watching as models crank these colder and colder and colder through the last 48 hours. Again, this is still 7 days out, not 8 days out from this point, so keeping an eye on it. But really, next week, and you had another chance for some pretty cold and Arctic air to push in with those temperatures overnight below zero. So first alert day today, snow chance, blowing snow, reduced visibility issues. That's what we're talking about today. Then dangerous cold tomorrow morning as temperatures only hit single digits for highs across the viewing area.
Do we happen to know, since there is a band of snow coming through, is there any estimates on how much could fall, or is it like kind of just scattered?
Less than an inch out of today's system. Okay. So if we take a look from Friday's system all the way to today's system, people will likely have less than 2 inches of snow through this entire 3-day period.
Right.
Today's system looking at less than an inch. It's also going to be really hard to get snowfall totals. I haven't seen a whole lot from yesterday, and likely won't see a whole lot from today either, just because it's blowing snow. That makes it really hard. A lot of people don't end up reporting because they know it's not an accurate report of snowfalls.
So I'm sure AJ will have more on the first alert day tonight when everything kind of starts moving through. You know, you said that band looks like it was coming through around 3 o'clock-ish.
3 o'clock-ish. Starts about 1, hits in more of our area by 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then out by 4. So by the time AJ's first show, which is at 5:30 tonight, a lot of that system should have been pushed out by that point. Maybe a few remnants still leaving, but for sure by 10 o'clock tonight when he's joined completely out of our system, but he'll also be watching those temperatures just drastically fall.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll keep that updated on our website, on our app, everything he possibly can.
Yes.
And then Emily will have anything that impacts from those, any whiteout conditions. Those will be posted on our website whenever we get them in, and they will be in our shows if something were to happen because of the weather, like the crash we saw in Poweshiek County.
Yes.
And other crashes that we just saw, you know, semi-trucks on the shoulders, things like that.
Exactly, yeah.
If you're not looking to stay inside today, even though it is cold, there are a few things you could do in the area today.
A couple good feels-good events too. So yesterday we had our blood drive.
Yes.
But we have a charity drive today. That's at the Hiawatha Community Center. That goes from noon to 2. You can donate food, items that are in good condition, and then donations will be distributed to local nonprofits.
And this is with a Hiawatha Girl Scout troop. So any food, new, any unwanted items that are still in good condition, all donations, going to local nonprofits supporting Hiawatha and the surrounding community members. So noon to 2, it's in the community building there. It's kind of their like city hall building. So that address is 101 Emmons Street in Hiawatha. So you'll find a place to drop that off, and they will be going to people who could really use these items, especially I'm sure in these colder, months. These are items that are going to be put to good use very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. They do have a way that they would like people to drop off, and like just a specific route to potentially follow. So if you're looking for that and you would like to do this today, check out their Facebook page. They do have it posted there on how to kind of maneuver your car and get into that correct drop-off lane.
Wonderful.
If you're not planning, if you're maybe wanting to go to yet another cold event,
if you're in the season, the seasonal mood to be chilly. I've never been to a hockey game, so I actually don't know how cold it is in those places.
Well, it has to be cold enough that the ice doesn't melt.
Okay,
so it's chilly. I mean, when I've gone to hockey games, I've typically worn at least a thicker sweatshirt. Winter jacket kind of pushes a little bit too much, but definitely thicker jacket.
Okay.
Definitely not t-shirts and shorts. But Dubuque is in town versus the Rough Riders here in Cedar Rapids. Puck drop at 4:05 tonight. Chance of snow could potentially still be lingering through that time period. And then we watch as cloudy conditions move in, temperatures fall. We're heading right around that point. They stay pretty steady, but it's going to be quickly after that winds pick up, and then we'll see some very gusty conditions into the overnight hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're looking at Iowa women's wrestling as well. Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City starts at 12, going against 2 different teams. I think they're all happening at the same time, so they probably have multiple different mats going on. So if you're interested in going to see and supporting Iowa's women's wrestling.
Less cold of an event.
Truly.
Probably a little warmer in there.
Yep. Or, again, also happening at the arena tonight. So going straight from wrestling into women's basketball. Michigan State's at Iowa tonight. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Again, the Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City if you're looking to do something else.
You probably won't be able to hit all 3.
No.
If you're a sports fanatic. That might be a little exhausting. But a lot of good stuff to get to today. And I mean, again, these sporting events, if they're indoor, it's going to be out of the snow.
Yes.
Even if the hockey place is a little chilly, bundle up a little bit, enjoy the festivities and the activities. But yeah, it's a good day to do things outside of the wind chill.
Yes.
Don't get in the wind chill.
Yeah.
I tried to take my dog for a walk yesterday.
How's that?
Normally we walk for an hour.
You're pretty good with him and just getting him out and going for quite a bit.
We try to do an hour, which with our pace we can get 2 miles in an hour. My glasses fogged up within the first couple of minutes because I had one of those things on to cover my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This isn't enjoyable. You could tell he wasn't enjoying it. We maybe lasted half an hour.
That's great for you. I don't know how many people probably made it in 30.
Up.
Yeah.
There was nobody out there, which is very peaceful. I was the only footprints in the snow on the sidewalk, I'll tell you that. But we are starting to do our new kind of thing on the show where we look at our feel-good story of the week. We're going to try to do one per day of the weekend. So Saturday we had our tall dog.
Samson.
Loved Samson. He was so fun. Any day that you get to pet a dog at work is a good day.
I was jealous.
We got to do it yesterday. We got to pet dogs yesterday.
Jackson was in. If you were follow us and you watched our 8 a.m. show yesterday, Jackson was in. Such an adorable dog. He is still available for adoption too. So Cedar Valley Humane Society, if you're looking for your forever pup.
He was 8. He was so sweet. I should have pulled up a photo, and it's on my Facebook page. There's a picture of me and Jackson, and he's so friendly.
He's so
He's
friendly.
calm.
Yes.
If you're looking for an older dog that's a little calm,
Great addition to the family.
it really would be. But today, we're looking back at our We the People.
Okay.
Now this is kind of looking at what we're doing in Iowa and what we're doing in the country to make America what it is today in celebration of the 250th birthday. So in this We the People, this was Grace. I have a little blurb to read. This is from her web story. So this is how Iowa is part of the effort to save the rare American chestnut tree. Did you know chestnut trees, I guess American chestnut trees, were rare?
I didn't, no. But I'm also not, I don't know a lot about trees.
Okay. On the University of Iowa's Oakdale campus in Coralville, you'll find a rare, mature American chestnut tree. It's 125-ish years old.
Okay.
It stands as the state's second oldest American chestnut tree.
Wow.
And it's one of the few survivors. So we're going to take a look at Grace's story on how Iowa is being a part of keeping this tree around.
Trees once dominated the eastern U.S. and parts of the Midwest, with early settlers relying on them for food, livestock, and housing. But that changed in the early 1900s.
A blight came about 1904. I think it was first found in the Bronx Zoo, and it tore through its native range, which is from Appalachia to Indiana, and killed most trees, this pathogen. So it was an ecological disaster.
He says this changed the landscape forever. In Iowa, the trees weren't as prominent, but he believes this tree survived because of its isolation. Now only a few like it remain in the state.
It's like being in a time machine a little bit and seeing what was once here that is now gone.
He says the Chinese chestnut tree is now more common for its resistance to blight. But he says this tree in Coralville could offer hope for the future of the American chestnut.
And we've actually sent cuttings, scion to the American Chestnut Foundation, Penn State, University of New York so they could do research. We've sent pollen out to those institutions too, so they use it in their research trying to find a resistant tree.
As he works to preserve a piece of Iowa history and restore it for future generations. In Coralville, Grace Vance, KCRG-TV9 News.
A lot of cool stories in the We the People series. We have a lot of them on our website. We've got a little tab on the upper bar that says We the People. You can click into that. You'll see a lot of them from stories, a lot of the stories from reporters here at KCRG, but there's also reporters with the Gray stations all around the country doing stories like this. So if you're interested in a little bit of history, you want to learn something, that tab is a great place to go. It's got a lot of cool stuff. Sometimes I find myself just scrolling through it and being like, what didn't I know that I would be interested in learning today?
It's a great little history lesson. I'm not a huge fan of history, but if you were interested in something like that, and I mean, again, that celebration of America's 250th birthday. So,
No, of course. Tomorrow, we talk about the wind chill tomorrow.
yes.
And on one side of things, it's going to be really cold. The other side of things, it's a holiday.
It is.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We've got some events that you could look at. I'm going to read. This one is from the African American Museum of Iowa. This is just the blurb. I'll kind of skim through it real quick. More information is on their website. So you can join the museum tomorrow, the 19th, as they celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Their galleries will be open for visitors from 10 a.m. to 4. Admission is $1. Children under 5 and any of the members of the museum, it's free to get in. Throughout the day, everyone will be invited to join a community art project, book exchange, and silent auction. There's also 2 free film screenings, one at 1 p.m. and one at 3. You can check out their website to see exactly which movies are playing, if you'd be interested in going and sitting and seeing that. So you can bring your family and celebrate the day dedicated to Dr. King and his lasting impact and the strength that it brought our community. So something good you can get out to if you are off work tomorrow, if the kids are off school, and again, get a little bit of a history lesson in. It's a good thing to do.
Definitely, yes.
Cold.
Cold. Very, very cold.
We know cold. Should we take one last look at the 9-day?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's pull it up.
Just so people can really know how cold is. I should hit the right button, huh?
Maybe. That's okay. We got it. There we go. Okay.
There's a lot of buttons on this board in front of
There
us.
is. Yes. First alert day today and into tomorrow as well. Scattered snow showers are going to start developing here in the next couple of hours, likely from the time frame of 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. tonight. Was that going to be that best chance for some scattered snow showers pushing across the area? Very light, very, very fluffy. That does create issues with winds starting to pick up behind the system. Looking at wind gusts by the overnight hours picking up to almost 45 miles per hour. Blowing snow, reduced visibility, slick spots on the roadways tonight, so just keeping that in mind if you're planning on traveling. Then temperatures with that are also falling, heading to -4 here in Cedar Rapids, but otherwise negatives and below 0 across the viewing area through the overnight hours. Combine that with those gustier winds, that does cause wind chills into tomorrow morning to fall between -20 and -30. That does create that frostbite risk within 30 minutes on any exposed skin. So bundle up as much as you can. Bundle up your kids. Keep pets inside as much as possible. If you're cold, they're cold. Try to avoid that as much as possible. First alert day does go through tomorrow as that wind chill significance and that just danger that comes with those colder temperatures. Single digits for highs. Then relatively warmer temperatures as we head into the middle of the week, low to mid 20s. A little bit of sunshine in there too, getting to enjoy that. But then more cold Arctic air pushes in next weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that.
And I do want to make a note with the pets being outdoors. You know, we say that if we're cold, they're cold. There are some dogs that, you know, really enjoy being outside in the cold. They are bred to be out there, and sometimes it's hard for people to get their dogs back inside when it is cold because that's what they really like. Just be aware of their paws. Yeah. I know my dog, he's double coated. He's, you know, he can withstand it.
Know your breed.
But he'll stand out there and he'll raise his little paw off the ground. Oh no. And then I don't drag him back inside, but I get him back in because I don't want his little paws to hurt. Between that and if there's salt on sidewalks or if you're walking in the road, just be aware that can burn pets and dogs' paw pads. And you don't want that to happen. No. So if you can keep them in, or at least be aware, that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
That's all we've got for you today for our Sunday edition of our stream.
Special guest next weekend.
Couple of special guests next weekend.
It's going to be a very exciting weekend here on our streaming show, so definitely will want to be tuning back in both on Saturday and on Sunday.
Yes. We'll kind of leave that as a little bit of a tease. We don't want to give too much away, but it will be a very exciting, fun-filled stream for Saturday and Sunday. And the guests are going to be quite excited to talk. So
both of them will be.
It'll be fun. But until then, have a great week. Try to stay warm. And just have a great rest of your Sunday.